Hello, this is Brian Rezny, President of Rezny Wealth Management. I'm bringing you an important update about the economy and the investment markets so you can better understand what we see in the global landscape. Again, as I talked for many months now, we're continuing to see improvement in the U.S. economy, but I want to hit earnings. And earnings are what really drives equity-based prices. We've had a lot of questions from TV and radio listeners about bubbles or hearing about bubbles in the stock market and other asset categories. I can tell you this, earnings drive stock prices. As long as earnings are expanding, as long as the economy is not going into recession, there's a good chance that equity prices will be higher. We've seen bounces around in small and mid cap and large cap in the U.S. and even in the emerging market, of course, and developed countries around the world. These are natural. There's times where small caps will lag large cap. There's times large cap will lag small cap, and vice versa, and all around the world. Earnings, though, are coming in quite good for the first quarter of 2014. In fact, we're looking for about a 6 to 8% earnings growth for most corporations in the U.S. for the whole year of 2014. That puts the P/E ratio of the S&P around 15.5, which is within normal historical averages. Not too high, not too low, good growth potential for the U.S., and it could be even a little bit better by year end. The first quarter of the year, of course, for GDP was quite lackluster, almost flat. I'm still hearing a lot of negative press out there. Remember, people that push these negative press articles all the time are basically doomsday people that are always looking for the world to come to an end. Eventually, they're going to be right. It just might take another 5 or 10 or 15 years for that to happen. So we're invested in proper categories. We like where we're at on relative strength. We did trim some of our small cap exposure and add some more in some of the mid cap counterparts and in some larger cap on a relative strength basis that has been relatively stronger. So you'll see some of those changes in your portfolio. Again, we run a strict strategy. We were trying to basically add more relative strength back into that portfolio because one area of our small cap, and since we had a good percentage helping in small cap in general, we wanted to come back to a normal rebalance approach and more of an asset category that continues to be a little strong. We're probably going to see a lot of bouncing around the first and second quarter of this year. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked that we almost see flatness of a lot of equity-based prices as we get through the second quarter of this year. Remember, every single week, every single quarter isn't just up consistently. I've been managing money for 28 years, and I've seen times where equity markets are down for the first 2 quarters 4, 5, 6%, only to rebound 15% the last half of the year, and vice versa. Remember, there's never consistency in any investment sector or market, and after outstretched gains last year, sometimes you need a little pause that refreshes. But I firmly believe the U.S. economy is on good footing, and I firmly believe that we have a good chance for some good growth of the U.S. economy, which should bode well for equity-based prices, and I firmly believe that our companies in this country are going to do quite well. Consumers are spending, not to the level they did, of course, 7, 8 years ago in the big bubble. Real estate prices have seemed to stabilize and are coming up a little bit, which again is good. Consumer debt is down. Corporations are flush with cash. And again, we're looking at consumers that are starting to spend from pent-up demand from the winter season that was extremely harsh in the north. Of course, if you're a client of Rezny Wealth Management, please give us a call if you have any questions. If you're not a client of our firm and you want to become a client, call our firm for a consultation. There is a difference. We invite you to experience it. Make sure you listen to my live TV show this Wednesday, and again, our live radio show this Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern.